Hello my friends, and welcome to another reading of Bedtime Stories for Grown-Ups, read by me, Carul Swords. Now, before we begin, I'd like you to check, once more, that your alarm is set, and that if you need to charge your phone, that you do that now. And last, but no means least, if it is your garbage day tomorrow and your bins are being collected, would you please put them out now? You don't want to be dashing out in your slippers with your dressing gown half open, trying to put it out at 6:30 in the morning. So please do that now. Is that done? Good. And are you settled? Great. Well then let's begin. This story is called The Woman Who Went to Buy a Car. Once upon a time there was a queen named Sarah, who had grown weary of her horse-drawn carriage and its poor suspension. No amount of cushions could save her back from the rocky roads she regularly traversed to see her subjects and listen to their grievances. Alas, her sore back plagued her both night and day, and neither her court magician nor the court jester could do anything for her at all, and years went by without hope until one day she heard about Murphy's Audi dealership just off the Navan Road. The queen was overcome with joy, but she was also wary. The dealership could be nothing but a ruse to capture her, for times were tough, and a queen's ransom was a handsome sum of money. She decided to send out her bravest knight, Bridget, who said she would not rest until she had found the dealership and negotiated a fair price even, with servicing for no fewer than 3 years. Armed with a sack of gold coins, a shield made from dragon's breath, and the power of attorney, Bridget set out for Murphy's dealership. She passed many roundabouts and went over many speed bumps, as well as traversing several pedestrian crossings. Along the way she met a fellow traveller, a blind monk, who foretold that she would need to ask directions at least 10 times if she did not take a sat-nav with her for the rest of the journey. Bridget was reluctant to buy one, as she needed the gold she had with her to buy the car. However, she need not have worried. The monk said he would give her a sat-nav free of charge on the condition that she take him just a little way down the road. Happy to oblige the monk, they rode together for many a second, until he asked to be let off her horse. They said their goodbyes and parted ways. Now, with her trusty sat-nav in hand, Bridget was sure she would know where to turn off the Navan Road, which is notoriously long and could confuse even the best of us if we were found not to be concentrating properly. Thus she made her way onto the Navan Road and listened carefully to the sat-nav as it gave her instructions on how to proceed. As she clip-clopped towards the first turn, she held her breath. But alas, it was in vain, for she was told to carry on. At the second turn, she again drew in a breath, and held it, but this time it was only a housing estate ending in a cul-de-sac. It was not until the 5th turn that she was instructed to exit, and then make her way 45 yards up this new road. And lo, she arrived at the gates of the dealership, where she was met by a troll, who told her it was €3 to park her horse. But she knew this to be a fib, because further inside the premises she could clearly see a sign for free tethering. The troll tried to claim that the sign was for people who had already bought a car, but Bridget rode in confidently without another word. The troll, miffed that his scheme had failed, cursed under his breath and fecked off to a bridge close by to devise a plan to rob unsuspecting goat tourists of their travellers' checks. But that's a tale for another day, and Bridget's tale is not yet over. After Bridget had tethered her horse, she slowly made her way to the dealership's main entrance, careful not to arouse the attention of the smiliest of the salespeople. Her shield was strong, but an attack by several seasoned veterans of the sales pitch may yet cause her to leave with a deal not fit for the queen. Moments later, she passed over the threshold and stepped safely into the showroom, whereupon she took out a potion that the court magician had made for her that would bestow on her the power to detect bullshit while simultaneously increasing her ability to determine which vehicle was most roadworthy and safe. It also imbued her with the ability to make accurate forecasts of a vehicle's performance under the conditions the Queen had set out as being her most likely daily usage patterns. Heavily armed and prepared for battle, she alerted a salesperson to her presence. The fight for a fair price was long and arduous. The salesperson was determined to win a great commission while conceding as little as possible, just as Bridget, the bravest of Queen Sarah's knights, was determined to choose wisely and bring back a car that the Queen could rely on for years to come, safe in the knowledge that her back and her 3-year service guarantee would both remain intact. As the salesperson grew tired, he called on another salesperson to aid him, but even together as two, they could not throw enough bullshit to destroy Bridget's command of the facts and her knowledge of the Queen's needs. Unable to continue, they relented, and ultimately gave Bridget a very good deal that would be spoken of for generations to come. They even included free delivery, as Bridget was on her horse and had a suspended licence for clocking up too many penalty points speeding on the exit off the M50 at Temple Oak. And so Bridget returned to her kingdom, and a parade was held in her honour, and the bravery and no-nonsense approach to vehicle purchase she had shown went down in history. And the Queen never suffered from back pain again, and they all lived happily ever after. The